I used to fiends in the house, it's like this mafia thong. I told Monster where I'm going, I need a rocket.
Good afternoon, family. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime, and today we're going to talk about what I said we was going to talk about yesterday. And don't worry, all the guns are put up. Today is a new day. It's a wonderful day. All is forgiven. So let's get into what I found. A lot of people said, hey, look, that is a beautiful jet. That is the 86 Seekers are just something to behold. And it is. Until one, I noticed something. So I'm working on a stop motion of like certain parts of the intro from the Transformers cartoon. And of course, there's that iconic scene with Skywarp and Thundercracker and Jazz and everybody fighting and all that stuff. And I'm trying to do that. Maybe I'll show y'all, maybe I won't. It's like a little personal, just something fun I used to do and I still like doing it. Point is, I realized that with these supposedly being cartoon accurate, and I've seen a lot of people post about it, but I didn't have it in hand, so I didn't want to talk about it. I was like, well, maybe it was a different copy, whatever. The shoulders on Skywarp are purple. And when you look at, say, the Siege version, now I colored mine because they're supposed to be purple as they are in the cartoon. I did this with a purple Sharpie, which happened to be the exact same purple. These aren't. Now, this is another thing that I did not realize, and like I said, I saw all the comments, and this is why when you watch a reviewer, hopefully the reviewer shows you the underside. Now, on camera, me looking at this here doesn't look bad. In hand, being that all this is just hollow, like obviously, who's gonna display it like this? No one. So it's cool. But I get it. I see why a lot of people were upset about it, but the transformation is fun. The jet looks absolutely amazing. Then going into like the robot, for instance, the robots are truly like, now this, they nailed it. They nailed it with him. He does look exactly like he came off of the cartoon. I get it now. I get it. My fear is that when this 84 line pops up, are they going to redo this, but he'll have the purple shoulders to make you buy it again? When, you know what I mean, when this comes out, if the rumored 84 line comes out and they redo this, are they going to put the Decepticon symbols on the back of the wings as shown in the cartoon? Because obviously that would mean that there's faction symbols on the bottoms of the wings. According to the cartoon, I'm just going off of what y'all said, Hasbro, cartoon accuracy. On the very intro, they show them fighting and the Decepticon symbols are on the back. So I don't know, but I'm really enjoying these two and how they look so far. I am going to do a short and show you the transformation for this later today, but as of right now, I'm just enjoying these, cleaning up some a little bit in here. And I wanted to get all my Seekers together and to put them together in plane mode just so I could have something to go by. You know what I mean? And like I said, I have yet to, matter of fact, let's go ahead and put him back into his plane mode and then I'll pick it back up and we'll compare that. Now, in the news this morning, apparently, Chris Cox has gone ahead and said that, you know what, we're not going to do video games. We're only going to start doing games that are for mobile and casino games. And so now, after all of this, all of the acquisitions and all of that stuff being acquired by Microsoft and so forth and so on, now we might not get the game again. Now, there's a game that Saber's working on, but I have a strong suspicion that that game that they're referring to is like a whole different IP. I don't think it's going to be Transformers. I've been playing Warhammer, Space Marine 2 here lately, a lot. A lot. And I see the potential, but to make a AAA game like that or whatever, I really don't see I don't see it happening. I don't see us getting our beloved War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron remasters back, which makes absolute no sense. Because if they wanted to get money, if, you know, the way we all talk about how much Hasbro loves money, they love money, that would be a quick way to earn a lot, would be to remaster War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, whatever, Dark Spark, even if you wanted to. Some people did enjoy that game. I didn't have a problem with it. But I don't see that happening. It's like, and they keep changing their minds every once in a while. And then at the same time, too, being that GTA is finally coming, and we've got all these other incredible games that everyone will be playing, I don't think even the hardest Transformers fan is not going to miss GTA. Or miss, you know, like whatever other titles that are coming out here soon. I personally, I'm excited for like GTA or whatever, and I'm excited for all the other, you know, games that we've heard about that are coming. But the question is, you know what I mean? Like I said, if they were to remaster War for Cybertron or remaster Fall of Cybertron and put them back out and make that quick dollar, then they could push the gamer editions all over again and people would be in on it. But hey, I'm not the CEO. Should be, but I'm not. I at this point, I've given up on thinking that we might get a game at some point. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And this came from TFW 2005 this morning. But yeah, he just said that, you know, and at the same time, they said the same thing about the movies. They said, we're not going to do movies. We're not going to put money in on the movies. And then we find out we're supposedly getting 5 movies. So time will tell. Time will tell. But now that I've got this transformed and this one, looking at them, one, the new Seeker is way bigger. Now, at the same time, I see the same, you know what I mean? Well, here, no. Yeah, his feet go back. I mean, it's still hollow right there, which I expected. Whereas they kind of fixed it with this one. That hollowness goes all the way through. So I guess visually, looking at it head on, it's not as bad. But again, the main complaints I see online just come from that. But other than that, everything else like just tabs together. It's long. It looks gorgeous. I'm just gonna wait to get Starscream when I'll just come across him when I see him. I'm not driving back to Target today until the app says that it's on there. And like I said, my wife has the Target app to deliver. So when he's available, he'll be here. But for right now, looking at like the Seekers like this, that one little shoulder piece is off. Earthrise version, 86. I'm gonna go with the 86 because 86 does look very clean. A lot of people don't like that there's no back landing gear. And there is front landing gear. I will give them that. Whereas these didn't have it. But let's see, wait a minute. There's one other thing I saw and heard, that the cockpit, yes, does open, which I like that. We don't have a human or anyone else small enough to fit in there, but just the fact that they put it in is enough for me. Let's bring out the landing gear, and there you go. I mean, not a bad toy whatsoever. Let's put him here where we can look at him. Move these little guys over. Yeah, I mean, and then also here, let's do this last also. Looking at the Siege versions, which I loved up until yesterday. I still love these, and I'm not going to touch them. Don't worry, I'm not going to customize them. I'm not going to paint them. Not these, not the original 3, not Thundercracker, Skywarp, or Starscream. But looking at them, you know what I mean? Like, that is a huge difference. A huge difference. Again, these to me were perfect. And in their Tetrajet forms, they're perfect. I didn't buy the Earthrise Seekers because something in the back of my head said that one day they'd come out with these. And I tell you what, I'm glad I waited. I'm glad that I waited because this does nail it. The robot modes nail it. And the jet from the top absolutely nails it. But as far as and it's height wise, they're pretty much the same height. I like how the legs and everything are pretty much the same. The faces, I like the evil smirk on him. But again, so I'm going to take the Tetrajets. I'm going to hang them from the ceiling. They're going to go over, obviously, the Decepticon side. And these guys will go in headquarters with 86 Megatron, 86 Soundwave, and Siege Shockwave. Only because, I don't really feel the need to get the other Shockwave without the lines on them, because even that one is not cartoon accurate. If you look at the show, he's got a giant gray oval on the side of his leg, and I see how they tried to represent it with the new one, and it just didn't, it comes across. But I just, in the back of my mind, I keep going, y'all are saving that just to turn around, a year from now and be like, oh, now we've got 84 Seekers and the 84 Shockwave with absolute cartoon accuracy. I was on the phone with a friend earlier. I had to shoot a podcast this morning. But when I got back, I was just looking over, going into doing the stop motion. And as I was looking at it, I was like, wait, and I automatically realized that the shoulders are purple. So how can you call it cartoon accurate if it's not, the same purple? Why am I spinning around? Because I'm trying to find the box to see if on the box, where did that box go? Down here. There it is. And indeed, on the box, they even show him with purple shoulders. The purple shoulder is right there. Black on the toy. Not black, but yeah, black on the toy. Now I do have a purple Sharpie, which is how I usually customize all my toys, which is the exact purple. The exact purple. And I don't want to do it. I could, but I don't. I don't want to, even though this is a dead-on match. Dead on. This is the exact same purple. But I don't want to do it just for the sake of, one, it's new, and if it's not, messed up, why mess with it? If it's not messed up, why mess with it? I need to coin that phrase. That's a great one. But yeah, so it's gorgeous. I love it. I like everything about it. I feel like there is some more little detail missing that should be on here, but on the tail. But maybe I'm just thinking of toy accurate, because now that China is handing out the sticker sheet to go with these over there, the toys had the red and the blue stuff on the knees and the legs or whatever. But I gotta say, if you are if you already have the Earthrise ones, which I don't, again, I don't know if you really want to go pick up 3 new Seekers. But if you skipped Earthrise and you're like me and you're coming off of the Tetrajets and you want the new modern Earth form versions, you can't go wrong with these. Just don't look at the bottom. Just don't look at the bottom. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is my thoughts on the new Seekers and why I think, for me, I'm extremely happy with them. Very, very happy with them. I'm just old Starscream just gonna have to stand in. And actually, looking at it from here, Starscream is actually a little Siege Starscream. The Tetrajet version is just a bit taller. So I don't know, he's gonna stand in just fine until I find the 86 one, and then he will also go to the ceiling. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's your buddy, the 14th Prime. All happy vibes today. Everything is wonderful. Everything is beautiful. I love each and every one of y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. And don't say nothing stupid. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime.